Okay, so I'll go ahead and introduce myself. So I'm Shandell Pino. I have been a guide with Guidely for just a little over 2 years. Been with them since the beginning and just love it here. And then in the I guess, end of July, I became a full-time team member to Guidely, and I'm in charge of concierge calls. So you connect with me, and I help guide you to the correct guide. If you're working on whatever specific you have going on in your life, I connect you to the guides that we have on the Guidely platform. So I'm super happy to be here. As far as me being a guide, I'm an intuitive healing guide. My passion is bringing people back to their inner light. Um, a lot of times we forget who we are and we forget the path that leads us back to ourselves. And so my passion is getting people back to themselves through energy healing, through learning about who you are, your core values, your archetypes, thinking about your mind processes, your thoughts, which is kind of why I resonated with a lot of the things Kyle was saying, is our thoughts create so much of our reality. So I do a class that is posted in the Guide to the Community that I taught last year on affirmations. So you can always go watch that. And maybe we'll do another one this coming year. So I'm happy to get started. Today, I want us to think about, my focus today is going to be on letting go. So in Kyle's event, it was why things are falling apart so that you can gain what is truly meant for you. So we all have one thing or a few things that we need to let go of in order to create space for what is meant for us. So I'm going to take us through a meditation, but before we get there, I want you to start thinking about what is it that you know you're holding on to that you need to let go of. It can be a person, it can be a situation, it can be a job, it can be an idea, it can be a thing. So just as we get started and as people are still joining, I'd love for you to just think for a few moments about what that thing is that you need to let go of. Again, it can be a person, it can be an idea, a thought, a position. So my favorite takeaway, which I feel like resonated with a lot of people, was that you can only see what you're going to lose. You can't yet see what you're going to gain. That was really a big one for me, because we always get caught so much in the like, oh, if I let go of this thing, this and this and this and this happens, and we get stuck in that cycle of like, what are we going to lose? But we don't allow ourselves the time, the space, the energy to receive what we don't yet know, which I think is wonderful. Betty, looking outside creates I'm not enough. Yes, absolutely. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. So we'll wait for just another minute. We still have a few people joining. So if you'd like, Marilee, 3 types of relationships. Yes, I do remember that. Wonderful. Yes, Joanne. I love that taking the risk to be my genuine self is what releases all the gifts. Yeah. Universe has Xerox machine. Do what you love, all else will follow. Perfect. And that really is true. When you are, I actually had a client this weekend, and I used what Kyle said is like when you start talking about what you need to hear, it's going to resonate with everyone else instead of trying to. And in this meditation, I really did write for myself this weekend. So I could process some things that needed to let go. Instead of thinking about what do you guys need to hear, I just went right in and I'm like, this is exactly what I need to hear. And I just pray that the right people show up today. So, and the Kylego exercise, oh my gosh, yes. I'd love to see, well, for those of you that have your cameras on, raise of hands, or even just raise your hand, like how many of you practiced that this weekend? Definitely me. I did it right before this event. I was telling Devin, I was like, I just did the Kylego for this event, so I'm super excited about it. Because the event it went amazing tonight, right? Need, don't need, get me to HP. Love it. Yep, yep, yep. Um, and the alien attachment with tap dancing. Yes. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take us through, so we can just kind of quiet the chat. Don't even worry about the chat. We're going to take you through a meditation. Now, if you are a seasoned meditator, great and wonderful. If you are new to it, or if you don't have any meditation practice, that's okay. You just get to close your eyes and just listen. If in the middle of the meditation, you find your mind is over here, and then you're like, oh shoot, what was she saying? What did she say? Don't worry about where we've been. Just pick up to the next word that I say, and then continue with us. So you don't have to worry about anything I've said previously. You can just pick up right where you hear me talking again and continue to follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on just a little bit of music for us. And if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can turn your cameras off. Either way is fine. But you're going to go ahead and close your eyes. And take 3 deep breaths and allow yourself to exhale through the mouth with a sigh. 2 more. Feel yourself begin to arrive in this moment. And now that you're here, allow the breath to come back to neutral. Take a moment and just scan the body for any tension. Relax the face, relax the muscles around the eyes and the jaw. Soften the neck and shoulders. Soften the back. Soften your chest and your stomach. Soften the hips and the legs. And just feel yourself soft in this present moment. And in this meditation, we're going to move into a space of letting go, surrendering, and creating space for possibilities. And so bring to mind the thing, the idea, the person, the situation that you came here to let go of today. Bring it up into your awareness without attaching yourself to any of the story around it. Just allow yourself to be with the essence of what it is. What is it that you need to let go of in order for the universe to give you what is meant for you? We're going to take this thing through 4 realms: the physical, emotional, material, and spiritual realms. So let's begin. As you have this thing, idea, person, situation in your awareness, ask yourself, where am I carrying this in my physical body? And notice from the moment that we softened to the moment that we brought this thing into our awareness, to where in your body is reacting to this thing. Where in my body can I let go of this attachment? And now allow yourself to surrender and let go of the grip. Feel yourself releasing and letting go. Allow yourself to release over and over until your body becomes soft once again. And come now into your emotional world. As the emotions of this situation arise, allow yourself to let go of what comes. To see and recognize these emotions, but not attach to them. As you have this situation in your awareness, you may notice many different emotions that arise. Just allow each one to come and to go. How can you surrender to these emotions even more? And now we're going to go ahead and connect to your material world. Allow yourself to let go of any material pieces of this situation. What are the material pieces you are afraid of losing if you let go? Where in your material world can you let go of this situation? Allow yourself to surrender even more. And lastly, let's bring our awareness to our spiritual life. Ask yourself, how can I surrender this situation over to the universe, spirit, God, a higher power, whichever you resonate with? Where can you allow trust in the universe, spirit, God, or higher power? Allow yourself in this moment to surrender and trust even more that spirit is supporting and guiding you through this process. Trust that in this moment, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are meant to be experiencing this letting go. Trust that your physical world, your emotional world, your material world, and your spiritual world are showing you what needs to be released. Give yourself permission right now to surrender. Surrender even more. And surrender just a bit more. And from this energy of surrender, let's move into the energy of receiving. Open your hands if they aren't already. And if they are, intentionally open them a little bit wider for just a moment, and then relax. From this place of letting go and surrendering, you are creating space to receive. Allow yourself to be in a state of openness to receive what is meant for you. To receive the possibilities you don't know yet. Have the intention to be open to receiving messages, guidance, and coincidences to arrive in your life. How does it feel to be in a place of receiving? And now allow yourself to come back to your breath. Take in another 3 big deep breaths, exhaling out through the mouth. Bring your awareness back to this moment. And when you feel ready, you can softly open your eyes, come back to this present moment. And if you have paper, pen close by, feel free to take a few moments to write down anything that came to you, anything that you noticed. Also, feel free to share in the chat if you'd like to share in the chat anything that came up for you or anything that you noticed. We'll just take a moment to kind of come back into this workshop from being internal. Okay. So I'd love to be able to open up the floor. If anybody has anything that they'd like to share, whether it's about this meditation that we went through, or if it's something that you would like to talk about from Kyle's event specifically, I'd love to kind of talk about Kyle's Kylego exercise. Um, is there anybody who tried to practice it over the weekend, wasn't quite sure how to work through it or really what to do? Does anybody have any questions about that process? Has anybody tried it before and had it be successful? Okay. um, so we can kind of walk through the Kylego exercise. Maybe in the chat, if you guys have, what is your big, since we're almost done with 2022 and we're moving into 2023, what is your big vision for where you want to be this time next year? Maybe you can write that in the chat. Maybe you can kind of have it in the back of your mind. And you can, the really neat thing about this exercise is it doesn't have to be just one thing, right? It can be like a big picture, multiple types of things. And with the Kylego, you want to imagine where you want to be in a year from now. So for me, and this is me, okay? For me, when I picture myself a year from now, that feels too big. And that's me. I tend to want to see smaller pictures. So you could do, where do you want to be in 6 months from now? Okay, where do you want to be in 2 months from now? So if you have like a short-term goal, take that short-term goal and have that be what's on your mind right now. Okay, so if it's a year, 6 months, 2 months, next week. Okay, you're going to take this wonderful vision that you have for yourself, and you're going to start talking about it as if it is already happening, as if you already have it, and not just, so we're talking about bringing it into our present moment. But what the piece that is so important when doing this, you don't want to just talk about as if you already have it. You want to feel it. You want to imagine it. You want to talk about it as if it is already done. So like, I'll use this as an example. Before, like the 20 minutes before this event, I went into like our little meditation room that we have here. And I just sat there with myself and I'm like, that event was amazing. Like I had so much fun doing it. It went so good. Like I interacted with people. People enjoyed the meditation. We had like a really great turnout. It was really fun. And I got off and I was just like, yes, okay. And then I walked out and I'm like, here we are. And so that is what you kind of want to see. You want to take all of the aspects. It felt so good to be on the call. I feel so successful. Like I didn't have any nerves. I was so excited the whole time. Like words just kept flowing out my mouth. Like all of the things that you want to be true, and talk about it, feel it, express it as if it is already done. You've already done it. It's already there. Does that make sense? Does that help you, Joanne? Yeah. And so Kyle says, do this for an hour every day. So I definitely am a huge fan of you taking down what it is that you're wanting to create. You speak about it as if it is already happening. You feel about it as if it has already happened. And you continue to do it until you see it manifest. The nice thing about doing this exercise is you don't have to know the why or the how you got there, because you've already done it. Right? You don't go backwards. You've already done it. And so the steps that get you to your final destination, they create themselves because you've already gotten there. So your mind is like, oh yeah, we've done this. And so your mind's like, wait, how did we do it? And it just starts showing you the steps to get there, which is really super exciting if you think about it, because you don't have to stress about what are all of the steps? What am I going to do? How do I get this done? You just start to naturally come up with the ideas. And that's why in the meditation, I created the space for receiving, because when we've already done something, we allow ourselves to allow the process to unfold without overthinking everything. Does anybody have any questions about that? Does anybody have one that they want to try or practice on? We can walk through right now. Any brave souls out there? Okay, so if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one with me, you can either text or scan this QR code. We're going to show it up on the screen in just a moment. When you do meet with me, if I am not the best fit, I have guides who are the best fit. So it's nice to be able to have an initial session, and we can work together on either going through this similar Kailego experience, or just talking about what it is that you need to release and let go of. So you can text let go to 888-506-6432 or just scan the QR code. The initial session is normally $150. We're doing it, if you book it before December 16th, it's completely free. That booking can be in January. So anytime, feel free to book out as long as you need to, because I know it's holiday season right now. So I appreciate all of you for coming. I appreciate you showing up for yourselves, and taking this time for yourself, and moving towards a place of creating your best future. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully you'll join us more in the community and share some of your feedback or some of the things that you enjoyed about Kyle's event or about tonight. And we will see you all soon. Everybody say goodbye.